Hi, this is Amy Chan from CakeDecoratingSchool.com, and if you like cake decorating, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what spatulas to buy and why. So there's a bunch of different types. Well, this isn't nearly all of them, but these are the ones that we use most commonly when we're decorating. And so the first major difference that you'll probably see is that some of these have plastic handles and some of them have wood, right? The wood handles are always going to set you back a little less. You can see they're nice and slim. They're always tapered at the front. They're easy to use. The plastic ones tend to be a little thicker. You'll notice a lot of them have these nice kind of ergonomic shapes, and they have little grips and holds oftentimes at the top. So if you're using them for long term, right? Like let's say you're icing a whole bunch of cookies. This can be a little easier on your hands. So it's just something to keep in mind. If you're gonna be doing really big projects where you're gonna be working a long time, sometimes it is a little nicer to invest in ones with nicer handles. Also, if you have anything like arthritis or carpal tunnel, the things with the more ergonomic grips can be a nice save to make things easier to use when you're doing decorating and you want to. Right. The second major difference would be that some are offset, right? Meaning that the spatula isn't in line with the handle, and some of them are straight. The straight ones I usually use when I'm mixing colors, transferring items to a cake, and the offset ones I tend to use a lot more. I find them more comfortable, but to a certain degree, whether you like the straight or the offset for, say, decorating a cake, some people will use the straight ones, some people use the offset ones. It can be nice to give them both a try to see what's your preference and what you find easiest to use, with one of them not being right or wrong, right? So it's more about personal preference in that respect. Sometimes the offset ones are really great for transferring things and getting into awkward and weird spaces, and I find that they're easier to use when decorating cakes, especially on the tops, right? Then there's ones like this guy, right? So it has a nice tapered point at the end where you can see that most of these just go straight and they go to this blunt rounded end right there. The tapered ones I like for things like cookies. When you're doing cookie decorating, you're working with royal icing, it's great for pushing the runny frosting towards the edges, meeting up with lines, getting into small spaces, right? So this is a really great one for cookies, sometimes just transferring small petite objects. But in general, for cake decorating, I'll use the offset ones. So I like the small ones when I'm doing smaller tiers, right? Smaller size rounds or squares. The closer your hand is to the implement you're using, the more control you have. So when I'm using this to make, like, say, a 6-inch round, I'm always going to be using a smaller spatula, right? If I'm doing larger jobs, say a nice big sheet cake, a big 12, 14-inch round, I'll kind of go up a size in my spatula use. These are also good too for lifting tiers. So if I'm lifting anything big or heavy, like our 10, 12-inch round for stacking, I'm going to use my larger offset spatulas to handle those pieces because they can handle more weight securely, right? So those are just some basics about your spatulas and what kinds to use for what projects. If you enjoyed this video, we hope you'll check out more on our YouTube and our Instagram.